All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Friday morning. So the rain has stopped. It actually, you know what? I'm sorry. It rained a little bit yesterday. Not bad, but it did rain a little bit. I'm sure by today the lawns are mowable, but it's already Friday. Not gonna go start mowing. We are gonna begin mowing services on Sunday this coming week. Well, I am. Yeah, it is Mother's Day, which sucks, but you know, Vicky has plans with the kids, and you know, she's well aware that I got to do what I got to do. All right. Like I was saying before, anything 3 yards and under, I've been using bag mulch, mainly because it's just easier to work with. You know, I don't have to put a tarp down in the back of my truck for the loose mulch. It's easier to spread it behind bushes and things like that. I'm not shoveling or using a pitchfork to shovel it into a wheelbarrow and have to put a tarp down on the ground to catch what falls, cleaning up the truck and ground after. I guess one downfall is this, you know, you're loading it by hand. I guess that could be a downfall, but all right, all loaded. Guy was sitting in the next aisle on a tow motor, texting on his phone. I get 24 out of the 30 bags loaded. Then he comes over and says, "Hey, do you want me to move that skid closer?" All right, just fueled up the truck, so we'll be good for about a week and a half or so. So one more thing about the bulk mulch. Depending on where you go, you know, you're going to be loaded differently by different people, right? So like, if we go get bulk mulch, they have 2 different loaders there pretty much all the time. The one guy, you ask for 1 yard, he's gonna give you 1 yard of mulch. The other fella, you ask for 1 yard, you're getting about 1.25 yards, okay? And also, you know, I always tell him, please empty it slowly. The one guy there, man, he likes to just put it over and just drop it all, you know, into your truck real hard. A lot of guys have complained about them, so that's another thing. But the thing is, with the bulk mulch, where we buy it, up till this year, every year before this year, if you had extra, as long as it's untouched, it's still in your truck, there's nothing else in there, you could bring it back and dump it there, right back into the pile. You're not going to get a refund of any kind, but you know, that's you could take it back, which was good for them. Obviously, they're doubling up, but you know, because if you don't have another job with that exact mulch lined up for the next day, what are you going to do with that mulch? Well, now this year, if you have to bring extra mulch back, they're charging a full dump fee. It could be 1 wheelbarrow full of mulch. They're charging you a full truck dump fee, which to me is bullshit, but you know, it is what it is. All right, I think all of my blowers need carbs, I think, because they all have fresh tune-ups. The 8550 is running like shit. That still is running like shit. I think what happened is I drained all the fuel out of there, you know, when the few times we used it, but I'm thinking I didn't like run it out of gas, you know, and it's been sitting. This is the all right, there's not a lot of bed prep here, but there is a little bit. You know, a few random weeds. This hole, this was a tree here that the stump got grinded. It's my friend who took the tree down, his friend that grinded the stump. I told my friend, make sure he uses his leveling blade to fill the hole in. You see how it was left, so I'll fill the hole in, but if this is going to be a huge mound, it's going to have to stay how it is. I mean, you know, nothing I can do with it. Specifically told him, because, you know, the stump grinders have it's like a snowplow, small snowplow, and all you have to do is remove like 4 rows of them bricks right there, push it in. I specifically told him that, talked to him twice. I never left a stump like this in all my years of doing tree work, not one. Every stump I ever did was filled back in. I mean, look, they couldn't fix the bricks that they messed up. Some over there. Unreal, man. You mess the guy's bricks up, you fix them. That's at any house. I used to move bricks all the time for tree work. The only time you wouldn't fix them is if, like, say they were very close in a tree ring, and after the stump is grinded, there's no room for them now. You know, that's the only time you wouldn't fix them. Here, you would fix them because there's room to fix them. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna start putting the mulch down. Now those 2 small beds along, there's a real small one over here, and then that one I showed you over there. You know, when we did the mulch job here, not last year but the year before, I didn't measure that bed. It wasn't there, so I really don't know I brought a little extra mulch, but if it's enough for those 2 beds, I really don't know. See, I don't like when it looks like that. That looks like triple shred to me. That's the first time I've seen it look like that this year. Oh boy. Alright, so I always try to do like the edging first. Because if you get the edging done first, or the border, then it's so much easier to spread it. Right, so as soon as I start spreading it out, the quality is looking much better. You know, it's drying out quick, but it like I said, it does look like triple shred, which I've never been a big fan of. All right, make sure you're drinking your drip drop hydrators. Not brought to you by Drip Drop, because apparently they don't want to sponsor me, but I'll still tell you guys about it. Ah, watermelon flavor. Oh my god. All right, I'm getting there. A lot of this mulch was like fully deteriorated, so I had to go somewhat heavy on it. You know, where normally we could do like 1.5 inches or something like that. I couldn't do that. Had to really go pretty heavy on it. So I need another 2 bags here, 2 bags here, 1.5 bags there, and then the rest I'll try to put along the sides. Customer already came out and looked at it. He's happy with it. I told him we did have to use more mulch than normal because that tree being gone. It was a big tree, you know. So we could, you know, before we just mulched around it, whereas to now probably used an extra almost half a yard to fill that spot in. Okay. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but you can see where it's all drying out and coming to life. Now, if there was actually mold, it would be different. You know, once it's mold, it ain't coming back. Actually had a huge argument at Menards last year over that, because there was like 2 pallets of mulch that was all mold, not wet. It was mold. And I asked the guy to bring a different pallet, and he said just lay it down and it'll dry. I said, dude, it can dry all at once. I said, this is mold. It's not just wet. This is actual mold in here. And I was opening up the bags and showing them. And his manager came over. And he's like, oh, this guy don't know what he's talking about. So I showed the manager. And the manager goes, we can't sell that. He said, it's all ruined. Get him a different skid. Oh, so the customer just told me when they did the tree, they called 1-800-DIG because there is a gas line under here, and they had a time for the next day to come out and mark the gas line. The guy my friend uses to do the stump grinding decided to grind without them marking it. Luckily didn't hit anything. The next day Dig came out and marked it. It was right there, right where he was grinding. So he got very, very lucky that he did not hit that line. So I seen yesterday, Big Son's one of his trucks went down. I think he said it sounds like it's not getting fuel. Could be fuel pump, could be a clogged fuel filter, you know, something like that. But yeah, man, it sucks. I'll tell you right now, from winter time until right now, 2 weeks ago, I think I had 5 breakdowns. Thankfully I was able to fix every single one of them. Got lucky there. But yeah, dude, I know, buddy. All right, let's start putting some of this mulch on the sides, and then we'll clean up. I'll clean up and we'll get the heck out of here. All right, so I'm back at the shop. The job's done. Customer was happy. All right, here's my Red Max EBZ 8550. Now every year, all my equipment, I drain the tanks and I run them out of gas, okay? I do not remember if I did that this winter with the blowers. Both of my Red Maxes are running weird, and to a point, even the still, which is brand new still, the BR700. So I just went and got a new carburetor for the 8550, paid $60 for it, even though on Amazon they have it for like 20. Here's the model number for the carburetor, 581177001. However, I've bought 2 carburetors from Amazon in the past for other things. They were the correct model number, just like the dealer has, and they were junk. So I ended up just taking those carburetors and rebuilding the original carburetors from the parts. Would it have been the same one? I don't know, but I wasn't going to risk it. So I'm going to take the carburetor out of this machine, replace it with this carburetor, and hopefully it'll work. Now, I've never opened either of the blowers up before. Huh. That was weird. Was that supposed to happen? Let's take this down. Maybe I need a, I don't know. Why is there gas all in there like that? Well, oil, really. Why the hell is there oil all in there? All right, let's try to clean all this out. That might explain it right there. I gotta clean all this. Yeah, that looks, I mean, look at the seal. Did this? Are you fucking kidding me? And for $60, and it doesn't even come with new gaskets. Unreal. Unreal. I wonder if on Amazon that does. I'm gonna call the dealer right now.
I've never sold a Red Max carb that has gaskets or seals with it.
Wow. All right. That's they're shady. Not saying you guys, you get it right from them. That's they're shady with that.
You want me to see if I got something, or?
No, I'll see if I can make it work. I just did. I didn't. I thought maybe, I'm like, hey, maybe it's missing. It's not in there, but no, apparently not.
No, that's the way they ship them.
That's ridiculous. So okay, I was just checking. I thought maybe it was another bag I forgot or something.
No problem.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right. So they're telling me they've never sold a Red Max carburetor with new seals before. I wish I would have noticed while I was there. I wouldn't have bought the damn thing. I've bought many carburetors. I've never bought one that did not come with a new seal. If you look up this carburetor on any other website, you're gonna see it comes with seals. Unreal, man. So now I just gotta try to make it work. Unreal. Hell yeah. All right, one blower fixed. All right, so most of you guys already know I keep my trimmer line pre-spooled in my door, but with that new still trimmer, I have the head that came with it still on it. I'm not really a fan of it, but I've also had 2 or 3 different speed feed heads on other trimmers that sucked. So let me show you how I have to do it now, because that head is different. It's not, you can't just spool it like with one spool, okay? You have to have 2 separate pieces. So I cut pretty much what I need for the entire spool itself. I line it up corner to corner or end to end. I bring it down here, I cut it right in the middle, because you have to do 2 sides separately. So once I cut it in the middle, I just wrap them like I normally would. I forgot to get my tape ready. Normally this tape would already be ready. Wrap it like I normally do. Tape it. Boom. Ready to go. All right, guys, the day is over. Let me see. Go home, rest it up tonight. Tomorrow evening we have a Guardians game with all of our kids. I think all of them will be, all of them but one. I don't think Robbie will be there. And then Sunday it's back to mowing. I got to get a jump on the mowing. I can't. Everything's going to be overgrown. I can't wait until Monday. I got to get a jump on it. So rest tonight, rest it up tomorrow, go to the game tomorrow, and back to work Sunday. So all right, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.